First thing today. Is the chat working? New events are live. Nice. Can you hear me? Are you able to hear me? And the music. The music should be minus 40 dB. I should be minus 15 dB. Hopefully. YouTube is confused. Okay. Go live. Stream. Yeah, YouTube, come on, you can do it. Nah. It's going to take a second. Let's be patient for YouTube here. Sometimes he's a little bit slow. Hello, YouTube. The fact that it's 2025 and we didn't solve live streaming yet. Oh, actually, we did. View live in control room. Okay, so now it's working. Hello. Should be connected here. Huh? Yup, it's working. Do we have someone on Twitch? Hello, Twitcher. Offline? What the fuck? Oh, because I didn't turn it on. Classic move. Saving. Okay, I think Twitch usually has better quality. YouTube went offline for a second. Now we're streaming to both Twitch and YouTube. Just chatting. Nothing suspicious here. Actually, let's see. Yeah, there's nothing to see. Maybe I'm using all of my bandwidth. Okay, you know what? I think I'm just going to start. Can you hear me well? Okay, all the chats are working. Okay, so I have a quite long list of things I want to potentially do. First of all, do you know Louis Rossmann? I need to make myself a clippy profile picture for V Electronics. First I was like, nah, if I change my V Electronics profile photo, no one will be able to, like, you know, recognize the channel in the army of clippies. But now I got the idea. By looking at EEV blog. Clippy! Looking at... Why is he face palming? Okay, Louis Rossmann. Okay. EEV blog. If you take a look, this is creative. He's putting clippy, but we also know it's EEV blog. And I want to do the same thing. Let's expand this. My chat doesn't want to expand, okay. I don't have any time to watch the stream, sorry, no big deal. I just wanted to let you know that I was searching for something like this for a long time, and your vision and dedication is a great inspiration for me. At your service. Lesson Pro. I don't have the knowledge to contribute much, but I'll keep checking every once in a while to see what I can do. Best of luck. Thank you. Thank you. Also, since I dropped the smartphone video, many people joined the Discord, and I have been pinged every 5 seconds, right? Also, I want to see if the stream is still working or broken. Can you hear me well, dear chat? Okay. Okay, so I'm getting chat here. So yeah. Hello everyone. Hungary, hello. We are neighbors. I found your project not so long ago, looking forward to seeing more, wish I could help, but I can't code, haha. No big deal. We're not doing too much coding right now because basically we want to start off with the hardware platform first. And then we're going to work on the software, all the programming stuff, etc. By the way, we're talking about the Spirit smartphone here. Today I received a pull request, which I accepted almost immediately. And it basically fixed the 3D models. So now, look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. We can even have some ray tracing. This is, I mean, the colors are a little bit broken, but yeah. Also, we received a very smart contribution to basically mount the the jack like this, like on the other side. Before it was just placed on it, now it's in it. So we're saving some space. But I'm wondering if it's not a problem for if it's a problem for the factory, for the pick and place machine, you know. Maybe it's a problem, I don't know. No big deal, I think. Okay. YouTube is playing tricks a little bit. Okay, I think all of the chat is being piped to this, right? I'm not missing anything. And you can hear me well. I need some confirmation, please. Please start a poll. Can you hear me well? Because I have a new microphone. That's why I'm basically, you know. Start poll. Yep. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so I also wanted to respond to some comments today, because if you look at my community tab here, I have 1 million comments to respond to. I mean, like tens of comments, not 1 million, because I already responded to many of them. For example, I'm happy that some people actually took on the challenge to write their favorite GPIO pin. This is amazing. And this is a Polish person, I can tell by the by the nick. Yeah, so I don't know what to respond. Is welding anyway connected with independent smartphoning? Can I smartphone a friend when my electrode gets stuck into metal and cools down with the trafo still working? I don't understand anything. Sometimes you just get comments, you just don't know what to respond, so you just go, yes. Other idea. What's wrong with creating a USB-C dongle that supports LTE 5 or 4.0 and you can just attach it to a secure tablet or notebook to talk and have net access? I mean, this is not a problem, I think. I mean, is this a way to fix the problem of having GSM coverage and support for the phone or something? In certain areas. Yeah, did you notice the drone? It took me like 15 minutes to edit it. If you didn't notice, you should go and, you know. I don't know what are pi blobs. Does anyone know? What are Raspberry Pi blobs? Let's make a clippy. Clippin'. I can maybe look. This was me designing the thumbnail here. So yeah. Okay, so I'll import my logo here. And we need to have a clippy. DJI Tello, no, this is the DJI Mini, the microphone. IRC blobs are basically firmware and such binary files that you can't access source of. I have access to drivers. I mean, they were a little bit hard to get to, you know. I mean, Quectel requires like having an account, etc., and I think you cannot share them or something. Oh, the drone! Sorry. The drone, I don't know. It's a random drone that I got like stock footage and chroma keyed it so it looks like it's flying next to me in the video. It's not real. It's not real, it's surveillance. You know, it was a metaphor that we're talking about privacy and there's a drone that's spying on me, you know. Maybe I went over the board a little bit. Yeah, we have the drivers. Also, hello Voinea, welcome, distinguished gentleman here in the chat. I think we even discussed it together, the drivers. Yeah. Okay. Which one should I get? This, okay, this is you. Maybe, okay. By the way, advice for people who like make thumbnails or stuff. You cannot use random photos from Google, you know, that's obvious. But you can modify them. So what I like to do, for example, by the way, if my RAM goes to 95%, tell me, because last stream I forgot and, you know, we kinda crashed. Yeah, so what I like to do in my open source program is to do something like this, or maybe like this. I don't know. I mean, almost. Yo, could I ask you make an Android phone, or are you going to build your own? We are making a custom phone, like from scratch, and we plan to try to get Android to work. I know it's possible. It's just a kind of a challenge because Android is not so easy to, yeah. Whatever works is a good like summary of that. We have a list of operating systems to test, so yeah. Okay. So I'm going to take this. Graphene OS is on that list, in fact. So yeah. So what if I just... This is not visible. Like when... Imagine you see it like super small. Nah. Maybe I need to give more thought to it. Or maybe if someone wants to make a new Electronics logo, I can give you a shout out. What about the OS you're going to use? Basically, whatever works. Whatever works. Also, except for whatever works, we also have the option to take a like crude Linux distribution, something like bare bones, maybe a Debian, or I'd prefer not to do Arch Linux, not because I don't like it, just because of stability. Maybe a Debian system or something, and build a phone-like experience on top of it. So that's like hard mode, you know. Give it more depth. How? Ironically, the Google Pixel is the most popular phone for running Google Free Phone. Yeah, this is actually... That's... I like that irony. I hope Google is sad. Like a shadow, okay. I have an idea. You know what? I'm going to put it under this. To like have more contrast. Hello. I don't like his eyes. They're like... What if I make it white? Okay, a little bit better. Like this? Why Clippy? This is a great question, and I'm going to refer you to Mr. Louis Rossman. Rossman. Yeah, so I'm going to explain it. Just here you go. Yeah. Okay, maybe hello. Maybe I'll just let that cook in my brain for some time. Okay. I am so efficient. This is, oops, complete. Now we have a pull request. We have two pull requests, so probably most of you don't know about this, but me and Nima have really been working on the power system, and it exists. I wouldn't say it's finished, but check this out. 1 second. The 3D models are really taking a, you know, they make my machine lag. So this is what we're working on. This isn't complete, but yeah, this is a big important piece, and if we have it finished, I'm going to be very happy. So yeah, that's a lot of people. This is like my high score of viewers. That's really fun. Okay. So the other pull request is related to 3D models. It's opened by Boel. And Boel just added some more 3D models. So are you guys interested in seeing how I review these pull requests? Because it's kind of different than just reviewing software pull requests. It's kind of, you know, KiCad stuff, not software. So do you want to see or not? Do we have any Polish people in chat? Just curious. I think this deserves more hype and views. Yes, I agree. I agree. However, the video is doing really well, so I'm happy. It's still pumping. Like the amount of people who joined the Discord, I think it like doubled or something. And yeah, sometimes I get like 3 pings a second asking me like different questions, like what's your plan for this? Are you going to implement this? What's with this? Maybe I need to like hire a, you know, GitHub responder. Yes, we do. Okay, a poll perhaps. I mean, if 2 people want it, that's a lot for me. You're Ukrainian. Hello. Hello. Okay, so when I get a pull request, usually I already know the context because I chat with people on Discord, on private chat and so on. Yeah, the Clippy is for the logo. And I sometimes forget commands, but before I review anything, I want to... Basically, I do it from the command line. So I go to the repo, and I want to be sure I'm on the main branch and that everything is clean, so that I don't have to stash changes, lose progress, make conflicts or whatever. So next thing I do is that I go here, and I sometimes forget what commands to use. I mean, now I remember them because I receive 1 million pull requests per second. So this branch already exists, so I think it's going to throw an error. Yeah, so I just do this, and this should be clean as well. Clean! So now I want to pull the new changes, and I see what file has been changed, right? So the only file is the PCB file. So I need to refresh this and open. And since he said, what did he say? He added brick models, and by brick models I presume these are just boxes just to find the dimensions and just visualize. Last button, no flash. Okay, so some minor changes. Of course. Wow, is that AI? Okay, fuck. Now, how am I supposed to be productive on live streams? Okay, and now I'm going to pretend I didn't see it, okay? What do you mean hard shut-offs? I just watched the intro video and on it, and you had me at hard shut-offs. I don't get it. I wish we could get open source smartphone to get language mobile app support. Language mobile apps? You mean like Duolingo? I would love to use Lingu. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know what we're talking about here. I cannot look at this. This is I think the hard shut off means the battery switch is going. Oh, okay. Yeah, the hard shut-offs are super nice because it's the simplest thing ever, and it solves 100 problems with 1 stone. Kills 100 birds with 1 stone. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, language learning apps. Okay, sure. We can make our own. The electronics language learning. C++ and Debian. I mean, not Debian. Python or something. So yeah, I pulled the changes and I see he made the buttons align with each other because for some reason I didn't do it before. And these components have been moved. This thermistor is probably going to be close to the power circuit. Yeah, I mean, it's a small change, no big, don't need to think about it. Because the DAC should be close to the audio, right? Okay. And this should be probably here, I guess. The charger switcher. Okay, I mean, also, from what I know, KiCad doesn't have the ability to modify these paths like in a useful way. And I think when he did the cutout for the jack here, he had to like do the entire trace. So that actually saved me some time. And also today I had this like thought that either I can develop the smartphone or I can make videos that promote the smartphone and people send pull requests and I just have to review them. So maybe I can not do any work, question mark. Interesting to see that there's one person on Twitch and 26 on YouTube. At least that's what it says here. I think, I'm not sure, but I think Twitch has slightly better like video compression or quality for my eyes at least. But probably there's more of you on YouTube because the video is pumping currently. I like the fact that he has the same color of like eyes that me. Okay, I need to stop, sorry. Back on track. Yes. If the changes are fine, I can just go back and merge them. If something is wrong, I usually like would text you on Discord and say, hello, this is probably not the way it should be. Do you want to fix it, please? No pressure, no pressure. And for the power system, I even have this massive like PR review document here. And for each pin, I have like, you know, feedback. So this is a much bigger pull request. This is taking a couple days, and what you're seeing now is just a small change. I can just boom. So yeah, now I will read chat in a second. I just don't want to get sidetracked too much. Now I go back to main. Right, I checked everything. Sometimes I'm getting paranoid that's, you know, someone is trying to sabotage the project. They're like inserting a virus into the KiCad file or something. I don't know if that's even possible because KiCad files are just text. You know, it's just text. So, yeah, anyways, let's get back here. Okay, I think I saved it. I didn't want to modify that. I have the instinct to press Ctrl S every 10 seconds. That's what you get after after using Arch Linux. You know, everything crashes every 5 seconds. Just kidding. Arch Linux is very stable. It only crashes if you have skill issues. Let that sink in. Thank you very much. Mic drop. So, how do I undo these modifications? I basically use NeoVim for that because I'm, by the way, cool like that. I'm chill. Okay, sorry. Okay, how do I exit? Okay, so here I have my Vim Fugitive GitHub. I mean Git like front end or something. And when I do Shift X, I undo the changes to this file. So now the branch should be clean. Yes, I mean status clean. Okay, so now I go to main. I merge his branch into the main branch because no one can edit the main branch except me. So boom. Git merge, no fast forward, boil main. If someone, by the way, I don't know if that's only me or if that's everyone, the free like merging strategies like fast forward and the two others, I learn what they do and the differences, and then 1 week later I forget, I relearn them, and it just goes like that in a cycle. So yeah, I'm merging in here. It opened Vim because my computer knows I like Vim. So we merged with ORT strategy. Who the fuck knows what that means? No big deal. And now we push. And when I push, the GitHub UI will know that I accepted it, like automatically, and boom, merged. Another one. I think it's pull request number 7. Now I can read your chat. Hello. I have an idea. 218650 batteries for super longevity. I know it will be fat. Yeah, if I remember correctly, these batteries, it's called 18 because it's 18 millimeters. So like, this is 18 millimeters. I like how the music stopped exactly in that moment. So yeah, I also wanted to use cylindrical batteries, and there are smaller standardized form factors than this one. But I decided to not complicate stuff and, you know, just do the normal thing. I wanted to have like 6 small batteries, which you could just switch like a revolver. I mean, you know, imagine you have, I don't know, 5 batteries in your phone, and you're like, you have 0% battery. You switch one of them, one of the 5, and now you get 20% battery. This would feel so good to me that I can see the battery increase as I switch off the batteries. I don't know, it's just something I feel. I was actually looking at using Pi Zero with DAC to listen to music. The thing is, I want to use portable, and it's such a pain to find a battery to hug. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, batteries are pain. If you know about like audio stuff, working with the Raspberry Pi, you can contribute because no one is working on audio right now. No progress in months, only yapping. I saw one project which was started by one creator, and by now it mostly, at least, okay. Sometimes creators have to yap, you know. But I get it. Also, if they were streaming, concentrating on like doing the task at hand and streaming at once is super complicated. How do you think this might take? It entirely depends on the support I get, because doing it all by myself, this would take probably more than 2 years, because you know, now I'm on vacation. Usually I also have my studies, and I also do some work from time to time. So since I don't get paid for that, I cannot prioritize it. But you know, whenever I have time I do it, so that's why it's probably taking long. But if I get such an extremely thank you amount of support that I'm getting now, then we can do it much faster, like below a year, I think, for the first prototype. I sent a logo option on Discord chat. I don't want to look there because if I look at Discord chat, I'm not going to be able to concentrate for 20 minutes. Mini PC board. Mini PC board, like a motherboard or what? Pretty much every arch class was my fault for opening 400 Firefox tabs and making OM killer cry. I'm going to take a guess. Is OOM killer something related to choosing which tasks are lower priority and killing them when we're in a low memory like situation or something? Is that it? I found your video randomly yesterday. I think what you're doing is super cool. Thank you. For a PBP. What? Were you talking to me above? I think so, yeah. I mean, I talked to all of you. Did you look at the other initiatives and attempts to make phones, or you want to make yours without borrowing anything? I take looks from time to time. There aren't many like smartphones. Many people do gaming related, like handhelds or like Game Boys or some consoles, etc. So, you know, for example, the power section is similar in many devices. So there I can get inspired quite easily, but for other stuff like GSM, GPS, it's harder a little bit, you know, but usually I just go with the data sheet. Most of the components are like high quality components from DigiKey, not from deep China, so there are actually decent data sheets. And you know, yup, that's what Killer does. Okay, nice. Nice. By the way, remember, if RAM reaches 95%, you have to tell me, because the stream will crash. Cool project, man. I am not sure how, but I want to contribute as well, although I have an engineering degree. Okay, what is your main interest? Venom. What do you feel you're good at? Are you good at audio? Are you standing? Yes, I am standing. I try to not sit on my ass all day. So I'm standing. I can, like, you know. Yeah, GSM GPS will be pain in the ass to add in the OS. Maybe. We'll see, because we'll see. Right now, I don't know. I didn't dig into it. Later, I will give an opinion. Okay, very nice. Very productive. PR accepted. Next. Respond to comments. Yeah, maybe. Do we want to respond to comments? Sometimes they are funny. The spot where you put the chat away covers RAM, by the way. Okay, sorry. I can make the chat... 1 second. I hope I don't dox anything. But you guys are pretty civilized, so I trust you. Now the chat is transparent. Will be some exposed GPIO pins on your phone, also UART for debugging things. Exposed GPIO pins have been requested multiple times, and I am happy to confirm that yes, if there are any free GPIO pins, I want to break them out so you can do whatever you want with them. Also, if I really want to like get up more GPIO pins and there are none available, I can use like a multiplexer chip or something that basically expands one GPIO chip into multiple. I didn't check if stuff like that exists, but I'm 90% sure it's possible because for other types of pins they exist, right? I think, do you know this guy Electronics Wizard or something? I think he made a video on a chip like that. Can someone confirm? Shit, if I could use GPIO on phone will be crazy. Of course, that would be crazy. Okay, let's respond to free comments. Because, you know, responding for comments to comments for too long can be, you know, harmful. How do I do it? Okay, like this. I forgot. Someone told me what are RPI blobs. I forgot. Sorry, I'm just... Okay, now, from my brain, my small brain, I remember that I think this is like a separate PCB SIM card module, and I think it's in the color red. Let's check. I was almost correct, I think. So this is like an Arduino, like plug and play thing. We don't do that here. We need to like fight for those drivers. So, if anyone was wondering, this is a like super simple yeah, SIM module. Removable hardware kill switches for camera, mic, Wi-Fi, icon, Purism, Librem 5. Look it up. Yeah, I saw it. Also, Raspberry Pi 5 has PCIe, so you can connect NVMe SSDs to phone. Will be too big. True. Many people, even you guys, even started a vote on Discord if we should have an NVMe drive, and unfortunately, I mean, it's big, and the Compute Module 5 has a 64 gigabytes of eMMC memory. I know that's not the best, okay? I feel you, but sometimes you have to take the easier route. It ships with the memory. You don't have to do anything. So prototype 1 will have just built-in eMMC. That's my plan for now. Yeah, okay. So, nope. We have the plan to use Quectel EC25. Also, this is a Polish guy, and he has Clippy, and he's a repair challenge. Shout out to this guy. He has 29 subscribers. I didn't see his channel. I hope it's not some bad stuff, you know. But shout out to this guy. Boom. AMD GPU on a phone. Nah, micro SD will be nice. You can swap cards fast, and it's small, I guess. Yeah, micro SD card is much more doable than the NVMe drive. As long as micro SD is fully supported, it shouldn't really be a problem for a phone. Modern cards are pretty damn fast, reliable enough, and are getting up there in storage too. Yeah, I think the best like middle ground between performance, price, size, and difficulty of implementation is to have a the built-in eMMC memory, which is a little bit faster, I think, and the operating system should live there along with all the core applications, etc. And all of the non-critical stuff, like, I don't know, images, music, whatever the user downloads to their phone, they can have it on their slow SD card. That's my opinion. I think it's a good opinion. Thank you. Oh, I can... Wow. I just discovered a new thing in my window manager. I can resize windows like that. You guys don't know how deal-breaking this is for me. Because before I did it with my keys, and I never knew I can resize them like that. Fuck. I don't know if you can relate to this, but sometimes in Linux you find a amazing shortcut for something that was so unintuitive. Like, would you like imagine that pressing the scroll wheel and Windows resizes fucking Windows? Okay, I'm sorry if that was just a random rant about BSPWM. I just found you today. You rock. Thank you. Will you use full USB-C potential like DisplayPort? And the USB-C is finished, so I can show you exactly what we have. We have almost the newest version of it. It's USB-C 3.2. And I just want to throw that out there, okay? iPhone 15 uses USB 2.0. 2.0, I repeat, 2.0. We use a better version of USB-C than iPhone. Thank you very much. Mic drop. Resizing floating windows is something I do a lot, so I can imagine the pain of not knowing this. I mean, I resized them with my keyboard shortcut. Okay. Wow, this is such luxury. Okay, whatever. So, we have transient voltage suppression I see here, which is just, I think, Schottky diodes to prevent like rubbing on your carpet and zapping your USB-C port through the chassis or just somehow and breaking it. So it just protects from high voltage spikes. Here I have the pin out because I think why not, just for reference. And here is the connector. All the pins are connected from what I see. And the sideband use pins, these two are, I wanted to put them to test pads because I wasn't really sure what to do with them, to be honest. If we have a USB-C person, you can tell me if this is like sane or not. Okay, I need to read some chat. Fairphone 6 also fell back 2.0. Can someone tell me why do they do this? Like, even like, I'm not joking, I don't understand. Like, is it like the price of the connector? Or they, like most phone users don't even notice the speed difference, or no one cares? If anyone knows, it would be nice. Having an infrared LED on the phone would be cool because you could use it as a TV remote and stuff like that. Yeah, that's true. I'm just going to open this as an issue. We were talking about it, and I think I never wrote that down. Now, how do I describe it? I'd say add an I mean, the title says it, so I'm just going to copy your chat. Is that okay? Or are you like going to sue me for the rights to this piece of text? I'm going to change it so you won't be able to sue me. Idea credit, okay. Having an infrared LED on the phone would be cool because you could use it as a TV remote. Yes. we have it. By the way, guys, use labels. And use keyboard shortcuts. Never use the mouse if you can use a shortcut. Okay, I want to increase the size of the messages. Yeah. Stuck on Windows. Wish I could resize like that. I feel your pain. Like many people are stuck on Windows. But like Windows, I don't even want to talk about. I'm actually dual booting, so. But only for one specific reason, is that AutoCAD doesn't support Linux, and at my university they force me to use AutoCAD, so I prefer FreeCAD. Maybe that's a controversial opinion, because you know, AutoCAD has like 70% industry of the market, I mean market share. It would be possible, probably not worth it, to add an IC that adds Thunderbolt USB 4 support to the phone, so you can dock it and use an external GPU and multiple monitors. 4K gaming on 2 monitors at once. This is some Linus Tech Tips stuff. So we're going to have twice the USB of iPhone 16, like, that's a good thing. Is there a system? Where are you keeping, or will you be keeping track of those doing tasks as the project grows and more people contribute to this? So for now, for like basic communications, we have a Discord server with specific channels for everything, for each like sub-circuit. Also, the project, I split it into sub-schematics, okay? So this, for example, is related to power. This is the audio stick schematic, which I really would like some help on. GSM, GPS, fingerprint, USB-C, etc. So when someone wants to fix something, let's say in the USB-C schematic, they just work on that file, and this way they don't conflict with any other people. Like, they have their own file and they change it, modify it, and that way there are no conflicts. And for version control, we use Git and GitHub. If you rewind the stream like 20 minutes or something, I basically used GitHub to take in a change from someone who contributed. Will you add something like a module bay to add something like a NR24 or a CCU? Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know. From the name, I presume it's some radio stuff. You can ping me on Discord with this, or you can open an issue, because I can't answer now, sorry. I don't have a good answer for you for this. What is this? Is this self-promotion? Should I like ban? It's okay. Aaron, I've switched recently. Just take an afternoon or a weekend and go for it. Yeah. Okay, we have. Oh my god, we have so much chat. Should I read the chat like entirely or should I just not read it? Can you like feedback me, please? Okay, so it's a like frequency range. Oh, we have Vraktekin. Hello. The multiple sections need to communicate with each other. You mean in the schematics or in Discord? If you mean in the schematics, we use global labels and that's how they are connected. And if you mean Discord, yes, we have different channels. Can feel the pain of uni forcing a specific software. This, exactly. People should use what suits them best. For example, especially, like, they shouldn't force people to use proprietary software. In my opinion, at least. Like, I don't know, man. Like, there exist alternatives and you know, why do we need to pay like thousands of dollars or tens of thousands or even hundreds for licenses for some, you know, programs that don't even do a better job? Like why? I mean, I know why, because big businesses, etc. But, you know, it's my opinion. Adobe doesn't support Linux. Yeah, Adobe, don't get me started on Adobe. Yeah, Adobe is industry standard no matter how bad their products are. I mean, some of their products are probably fine from what I hear and see, like when people use it, but I never use them, so I cannot give an opinion on the quality of the software. But you know, like, come on, like they treat customers like a farm of cattle or sheep and they just use them. You could control RC cars and some robots with these dumb models. So basically a app that's in the phone from the factory, right? You cannot uninstall it. RC car controller. Use that bot that says it automatically when the chat says. But then I will get 1 million, like, it will get so crowded, my brain will just leave my head. And, you know. I'm happy I have that microphone though. I think it's better than the previous one. Read it. Okay, if we want me to read the chat, that's great. That's great. Idea: Spirit V Electronics Matrix server as the development hub. Is Matrix like a hosting, like version control, GitHub alternative, something? I don't know what, I never heard of it, sorry. I have thought about a similar project, however, I have thought more about privacy. I would have used a eSIM and send the traffic through a VPN by changing the iMac and eSIM ID. You would be a new phone. So no physical SIM if you don't use a physical SIM card? you probably use many like normie users, like let's say my dad, for example. He will be like, but how do I import the contacts in the new phone? I cannot use the new phone. And also, to be honest, I have zero experience with VPNing and eSIMing and that stuff, so sorry, I cannot. You can open an issue on GitHub so it doesn't get lost. Yo bro, I am wondering how you could do all of that by your own. What you learn to do something like that. I started on my own and I started streaming, and when I was streaming, people like gave me tips, etc. And then people started helping me on Discord, etc. So like, you know. Also, I'm very interested in engineering. Like, I love it, really. Like, also, it's been over almost, I think it's been like almost 1 year since I got the idea, so maybe it looks like I did something massive and that I am so amazing, but actually I'm just a normal dude. And you know, maybe it looks complicated when you look at the schematics, like, oh my god, there's so much fucking PCB layout, electronics, fucking GPIOs, I don't know. Also, I study mechatronics, so I got some background, but most of it I got myself because they don't really teach us too much electronics. For now, at least. I don't know, maybe the next year it's going to change. Hopefully, because I fucking like electronics. Adobe doesn't even support human rights. Correct. Which camera modules you will use on your phone? Arducam cameras, if you go to the website. They have multiple cameras compatible with Raspberry Pi, and they have similar form factors. So here you go. How far behind am I now? Okay. Adobe doesn't even support yes. So basically we have multiple options, right? We have a 64 megapixel expensive option. It's called the Hawkeye, and we have a cheaper 16 megapixel out of focus, mind you, module. And I have already bought the 16 megapixel module. So I will be testing it soon. Do we want the music louder or not? This is just art. The real reason is grants. The owners of proprietary software like Autodesk and Adobe pay huge grants to university in exchange. Okay. So it's the other way. I guess sometimes the software pays the university, but most of the time it's the university who pays for the software, right? I imagine, at least in Poland. It'd be absolutely amazing if your videos are more chaotic with green screen of you rotating all over the screen, Michael Reeves style. You know what? Michael Reeves is my favorite YouTuber. Like, it's Michael Reeves, and then, you know, I don't know who. Okay, second would be Joe Barnard and his fucking space program that he's doing by himself. Not even like with a group of people, he's just doing it fucking by himself. So yeah, I really like his style, and he's a great content creator. I don't know if you want to start this discussion, because I could like point out 20 amazing fucking things that he does as a content creator. His videos are extremely high effort. That's one like reason why I don't do it. And second reason is that he posts like once or twice per year. So I mean, it's hard, man. Like also, I don't want to just blindly copy someone. I want to try to get my own style. But sometimes I like to get chaotic. Sometimes like it's a little chaotic. I like green screen of you rotating all over the screen. Here you go, especially for you. Bro, I think you could use Radxa 03's board as their compact and powerful IO components. I don't know about them, so I can quickly Google them. If they are something like DF Robot, I cannot use this. Okay, so they're separate PCBs, right? Okay. So these are like SoCs, but more embedded than the CM5. Am I understanding correctly? I'll save it to my books and articles. I recently got myself a like e-ink reader, and I just open Obsidian on it because it runs Android. I just sit and read without straining my eyes with the screen, you know. I am an undergrad EEE student. What is, I'm sorry, like EE is electrical engineering. EEE is what? Like, I don't know, sorry. It dazzles me how people like you can be such technical, knows a lot of things. Again, I think that's an illusion. Like, I know some things, but not a lot of things. I just repeat what you guys say, like. No, but to be honest, I really dig a lot. Like, when I get interested in something, I really fucking drill the subject until there's nothing left. Thinking about adding anything related to AI, like a dedicated AI module in a phone like Google Coral M2 Edge TPU, Tensor Processing Unit. This can help with offline image recognition, voice control. So much potential. Let me start by saying that observing how you guys interact on Discord, I see that AI is a very polarizing topic, okay? Some people really love it, some people fucking despise it, okay? So, if you're asking about hardware, right? You're saying a TPU. There is an entire group of people who doesn't care or doesn't want it because of privacy, cost, or whatever. So it could be an optional thing. If you want, you can open a GitHub issue with more details about this. Also, you don't need a TPU, dedicated TPU, to use voice control. Like, voice control is already available for pretty much any phone, so you know. Offline image recognition, sure. You may need a TPU for that, in my opinion. That's kind of a niche use case, so oh, I remember Matrix being the super secure like messaging platform, right? Okay, thanks. It's distributed, right? So it's like decentralized, so if pretty much not hard to like hack. Yes, hard to hack. Okay, finally I can make my own phone and add programs that I can securely use. With a home lab, privacy for once won't be a myth. Exactly. Matrix is also open source. Nice. Whenever I hear open source, I'm like, good, thank you. Would be cool to use. Okay, I do not know this module, so I cannot like answer anything. Even in electrical engineering, if you don't have any personal projects, you will only learn electronics in the middle end of the course. Yes. I just said yes without thinking. Okay, I cannot say yes or no because I'm not in an electrical engineering course. But on my course in mechatronics, there is a clear distinction between the guys who have their own stuff and are really passionate about like projects and so on. Like, I have guys who make their own projects basically, and these people have much more skills, and usually their grades are better. So I would recommend, if you're studying, find some time to apply the stuff you learned in real life. It's if you're studying engineering, I think that's really useful, because then you really thoroughly understand what you've learned and how to use it. And if you learned, and I'm like that kid from the meme who can't express himself. I just wanted to say that sometimes you may learn some theory which is not applicable in real life. So by doing projects, you can judge if what you learned was actually useful or not. So that's what I just wanted to say, okay? Yes! Joe is a fucking legend. Rocketry is the fucking pain in the head. BPS space forever. Agreed. I agree. I would really like to meet him. If someone can send him to Poland or send me to the States, I would really want to meet him, because he's my big inspiration. Joe Barnard, shout out. Like right now I am trying to build an RCSU-57. Is it like a plane? And it's such a pain to maintain the aerofoil and stuff. Rockets would be way harder. Yeah, and like for example, where I live, you cannot just randomly fucking build it yourself a rocket. That would be so suspicious. I'm about to get in a college, but I am so bad. Can you fuse about which college I have to get in? I think in about cybersecurity. And sometimes about AI. I'm thinking about an engineering something. Like, I don't know you, so I cannot give you life advice that would be irresponsible of me. It depends on your life. EEE, electrical and electronics engineering. Okay, thank you. The RADXA is a high performance compute module. Okay. You just earned a subscriber, dude. I'm subscribing. He's subscribing! Let's go. No sleeping. I'm getting sleepy, kind of. Should I read the chat still? Because, okay. Oh, hello, Boher Manson. Hello. We reviewed your pull request like an hour ago or something. Accepted. Thank you. Okay, I continue reading the chat. Okay, I'm running out of RAM. I can close. I think a recent Chromium update made it so that it fucking takes up too much RAM, like double the amount or something. Is that good volume? No. Let's play these. Hello. Like that because I would like to make something going to make us get control about our privacy, and you know, by seeing all that videos about making, let's say, phone or laptop from scratch, that's idea is so cool, but it's so hard to make that we want. Something to replace that garbage we have, which I am afraid from gets the wrong decision, so I hope you have something, don't make my decision better. Yeah, that's our goal, to have something that improves privacy and solves some of the issues. Maybe not all of them, but some of them. And even if something doesn't succeed, for example, let's be honest for a second, the batteries are probably from an unethical source, okay? So that's not a big deal because we're not selling thousands of phones, you know, but I'd like to have ethically sourced materials at some point. We are making this project way too complex for now. Don't worry, I am trying to keep the complexity down because we have some people who are very creative, and like, I admire that creativity. That's very nice. But also it's important to remember that for the first prototype, it's really important to keep it simple. For example, waterproofing, I'd leave that for later. Or let's say we had a suggestion to have 2 USB-C ports. That would be amazing, of course. I would love to have a double USB-C phone. Like, imagine people's reactions to that. Would be an epic conversation starter, but like, for now, no thank you. I have enough work already. But it's fun work, so I don't complain. AI is unfortunately hard to run locally for complicated models like LLMs or image recognition models. Yes, the models that can run locally are small, usually. And that means they are only good for really simple tasks, so yeah. Would you add bypass charging type of function to run the smartphones directly via the charger switching from the battery power? I think I'm 90% sure we already, like the chip we used for charging has that out of the box. I don't know, maybe someone can confirm it, but I think it has that out of the box. It's a really cool like little chip. Highly nice. What would be the use case of that? Sorry, I don't know what you're referring to. Are you referring to this or Peekaboo? Should have told you we're live. I can give you the live notification role on Discord, so you will get pinged when I go live. Also, I sent a message in the live channel. I don't want to ping like everyone because I understand not everyone has the like need to watch me in the middle of the night ranting about smartphones. But if you want, I will give you the role. If anyone here in the chat, the chatters, wants to get the role to get notifications, just join the Discord and react in the live stream channel. Cheers. Met Joe from BPA Space at Open Source. I need to go there. Like, I want to have my own booth there. I imagined it like a week ago or something. Imagine I already have the prototype built, right? I have my own booth with Clippy and I don't know, maybe I don't know how I would design it, but I would basically have these smartphones and have some little like presentation of, look, we basically made a fucking smartphone from scratch. That would be so amazing. Also, right now, I'm promoting something that doesn't physically exist, and that's, I think, harder than promoting something that you can show and give someone like to their hands, you know. Great to talk to, very knowledgeable, would highly recommend. Maybe a Spirit V Electronics open source booth would be good. Oh yeah, actually, that's what I just said. Yeah, it would be so nice. Did he have his own booth on open source? Also, open source, there is Michael Reeves on open source. Like, I want to meet Michael Reeves and Joe Barnard. I hope one day I will be like able to meet them. I saw a website for Spirit's phone in your to-do list for the stream. I can do web dev in an intermediate level of message on Discord. Okay. I actually worked myself as a web developer before I went to university. So you can message me with what technologies you prefer. I'm into Django because it's really fast to develop with it. And I also started. Also, which one display are you using? If you can, which specs it has, like resolution, refresh rate, etc. I'll check. I did that today, actually. I forgot the part name. I don't remember, sorry, but I remember it was 180p, and I remember that I sent an email to the manufacturer asking if they're going to have more than 5 in stock. I don't know the refresh rate, sorry. Is KiCad hogging all the RAM? No, it's Chromium. Guess it wasn't KiCad after all. Nope. Why do you use Chrome open source guy? Why do I use Chrome? This isn't Chrome. This is Chromium. V Electronics added a bit more just a few minutes ago, but yes, it looks over first before merge. Music, why? Is the music like... You're old. Don't worry. Sometimes I feel like I'm old, I think. Music to basically boost engagement and increase energy levels of the live streams. Also, it's really funny when I finish a stupid sentence and the music stops. That's really funny. Or when I say a joke and the music starts, that makes me laugh also. You almost got me, FreeCAD, with that Chrome, you know. But on a serious note, I wanted to start using Qt browser. I have it installed, but as you see, it's not plug and play. Okay, it's almost plug and play. So this is my browser, guys. Insert mode. And it basically works like Vim, but it's a browser, okay? So if I remember correctly, oh fuck. Okay, I don't want to like make fun of myself too much in front of you. Thank you very much. We should make a large debug board first before make a phone size PCB. My plan, because the first major like thing that will require testing and like careful looking into it in real life, in my opinion, will be the power section. And it's not finished yet. We're like doing it with Nima. So when Nima and I do it, I want to make the power section as a separate PCB, measure it, probe it, like fucking make a video about it, talk to you guys about it. So it's nice and finished, and so basically we can check this out of the project clean and finished. That's my plan. Then we can do the same thing for audio, GPS, GSM, and other subsystems. First prototype does not even have to be a PCB. I mean, breadboards kinda difficult to, like, I have bad experiences with breadboards, mainly because of the fact that sometimes a jumper wire or something can get loose and you have no visual clue that this happened, and it's such a pain in the ass to debug. No, why so quiet? Should I increase my volume? I don't know. Should I? Everyone said the voice is fine, so I don't know. Prawda jest tylko jedna. Shout out, Polish person. It does have to be a PCB, otherwise you can't add a CM5. Oh yeah, that's true. You can use the IO board, the Raspberry Pi CM5 IO board if you want, but that's just expensive. And for each thing we add a good thing to do, it's okay to ask ourselves why. So basically we don't add free USB-C ports. Is that what you're saying? Vragtaken, you are right, dude. No, but seriously, yes. Like, the first prototype has to be like minimal, and everything has to have its place. Do you forget eating, sleeping, or taking rest while doing stuff on your phone? And yes, your project would be perfect for a booth. Online TV, taking samples of your phone would be for fucking online TV. Online TV is fun. I mean, sometimes, I'll be honest, I cringe a little bit when I see, but when I see Michael Reeves, I get happy again. So, but online TV, I think they're like, Mhm. You'd have to find some way to generate content that would interest their audience, right? Because Michael Reeves' audience pretty well aligned with my audience, I think. Maybe a little more to the degen side. We're more to the actual engineering side. That's what I feel, at least when I that was a little bit mean. I don't want to like say his audience is more degen or something. Okay, you know what? I take that back. I just wanted to say our audiences are more or less aligned, but for example, if you take, I don't know, Pokimane or Lily Pichu, that would be like hard to market. V Electronics, no, makes sense with a live stream channel, but maybe in the Spirit smartphone channel we don't miss. Okay, I can do both. I have a crazy idea. If I find foldable displays, so theoretically would it be possible to use on Spirit? Would it be possible to use on Spirit? Maybe yes. Depends if you find the correct display, but there's a problem. There is a problem with these displays, that they are not dust resistant, and the film, the foldable glass or something, whatever the material is, it's really soft. So if you watched Jerry Rig Everything, test these smartphones. They are super weak. I basically would like to recommend this channel to you. Let me know if you can hear this.
And it's not dust resistant. Or gets scratched or starts peeling. Look. Subsequent replacements cost $20, but it is not DIY-able.
You see that? That's why we cannot really, use it. Also, it's super expensive. That's also. Do we want to keep the music or not? I'm open to suggestions. Inspirational music, okay? I don't watch Poke or Lily or anyone. I barely know their names at this point. I only peeked once or twice because of Michael. Me, the same thing. I only watch online TV because Michael is there. And I noticed they like milk him. They put them on all of the thumbnails, etc. And like watching vids wherever Michael is present. Exactly. I think 30% of their viewer base would agree with this statement. Watching for Michael. For foldable phones, the screen is usually covered in plastic. Yeah, we just saw that. And like Willie Osman's pre-open source vlogs are a binge for me for sure. Yeah, his stuff is funny. Like especially I laughed when I saw his welding. Actually, I'm a shitty welder myself. If you watched the welding video, I'm a bad welder. Also, on Patreon, I posted a 25-minute video of me trying to weld two like 90-degree pieces of stainless steel. Not easy. It's weak enough that you have, fingernails. Okay, so here you have the display name, so you can Google the specs. Keep music on. Okay, I keep music on. Your wish, my command. How many viewers? 24. We're fucking pumping those viewers. I also had that thought. Last thought before I do something productive, okay? Cooling system, aluminium, heat sinks, and if stuff goes really south, we just throttle the CPU. Okay, last thought. As a streamer, I'm not 100% a streamer, but as a streamer who does electronics and fucking Linux bullshit programming weird stuff, I can like okay, my brain is melting, sorry. My competition is all of those like gaming channels and fucking Fortnite and whatever is cool these days. So when I see I have 23 viewers, I am so like happy for you guys that you're not fucking watching Fortnite. Instead you're watching electronics. Yes. I am a good welder, and yes, it was sad to see a 90-degree weld done so poorly. But the fact that he struggled so much and still ended effing up was so funny. Did you watch the the Patreon video or the YouTube video? Because, like, honestly, I was ashamed to post it, but I figured, like, why not? Okay. Productivity time. They don't know me, son. I just have to do something productive now. Respond to 3 comments. We responded to more, so find a lighter Compute Module 5-step model. I mean, nah. Switch from task list to GitHub issues. Okay, so basically we have this task list. We have it somewhere here. And this isn't very dynamic, right? You cannot leave a comment here. You cannot, like, you don't see who is working on it currently. So I think we fucking ditch this and we move everything to GitHub issues. Thoughts? Any thoughts? We're not using them because it's hard to find them. Okay, you can find the Compute 5 model, that would be very nice, and you can add it to the pull request, if that's okay for you. Thank you. Thank you. So, let's open some issues. I'm interested in one thing. Can you open GitHub issues from the command line? Yes, okay. Okay, but this is clunky. I don't like that. Nah. GitHub issues is way better. Yes. Okay, everyone likes GitHub issues. Yay! Vibecode, a website where you can select the checkboxes and write comments. Vibe coding, I prefer to write actual code. Because vibe coded code is unmaintainable for me. That's just my opinion. I use AI for coding though. Usually for stuff that I don't remember. Probably GitHub CLI, yes. I think let's not get too funky here and let's stick to normal issues. Okay. So I'm hiding the chat for a second so I can actually concentrate, okay? New issue. Okay, maybe I can be a little bit more efficient and go here. Okay, check this out. We need someone who is brave. Like, I don't know sometimes if I should like make fun of this stuff or should I like stay serious and fucking we need a contributor to contribute the contribution, or can I just we need someone who is brave and smart and has some experience who could contribute someone to deal with the GSM GPS schematic in KiCad. So now I would add some information. Chip. Boom. I'll even add an image so people are more compelled to do this. Also, I feel like saying no pressure. Do you want to contribute to the audio? No pressure is becoming a meme a little bit. Yay! That's a man speaking. No fucking vibe coding. AI is good for learning. Yeah, and for aggregating search results so I don't have to fucking skim through 20 AI slop websites, you know. Okay, that was enough of chat for now. Productivity music. Okay. Okay. That's it for now. I think that's a good issue. What do you think? Pressure when tired equals F-bombs. Yeah. Also, YouTube changed their policy about swearing on videos. And I also think, like, psychologically, swearing probably increases engagement on YouTube. That's my theory. I don't have proof. That's my theory. And sometimes it just feels good to swear, in my opinion. Help needed in the audio section. Okay, I have an idea. I'm going to put images of the schematic just for people to make it easier for them. Also, you know what would be useful but really tedious? To fill out these data sheet fields for all components. That would be super useful for people, but it's also really tedious to go over everything. Maybe that's a good live stream task, but maybe next time. Fill in data sheet fields in schematic. Okay. And here I also want to put an image, because one image, oh actually I don't know if it's worth it. This thing scares me. This is the biggest component in the entire project and it's really scary. By the way, general productivity tip. I'm not the fastest typer in the world, but I'm pretty fast. And I would recommend getting as fast at typing as you can. Just improves your productivity overall. Whatever you do on your computer, you're probably typing, so... Okay. By the way, I love Markdown. I love Obsidian. Obsidian is just the best. Like, this is the Best note-taking app I know, especially if you like open source flexibility and so on. I even pay for the like $5 or $3 for the cloud thingy, but I also pay just because I like to support them. I love this app. It really helps you think. If you fucking take a look at this, this is beautiful. These are all of my notes about random stuff. University, maths, something. For example, if you take a look at this, this is empty because I probably didn't give a shit about it. But let's say I don't know. Okay, so turns out I don't actually fucking take any notes. Okay, here we have some math notes in Polish, but you know, math is math, as the meme says. Yeah, so I recommend it. Take a look if you want. And also, in general, for thinking, like writing is thinking. This is a quote, I think. I don't remember who said it. Okay, new issue. Power section. Can I assign myself to this? Also, just throwing that out there. Okay, 1 second. Please use 0805 SMD packages if possible. Not smaller because I really want them to be repairable by hand. Just a small thing to remember. Okay, so assign myself. Hello? I thought my mic died. It's fine, right? Huh? Hello? Yeah, it's fine, right? Okay. Why is there a 10 people limit? I don't understand. How do I assign him? I don't get it. Anyone knows why I can't assign anyone to this? Tell me. Usually can't assign. Okay, I can only assign people with right access. That's a problem, I think. Okay, did we lose the mic now? Or something? Hello? Can you hear me? It got much quieter, huh? Maybe battery is dead? Okay, now? I think yes. 1, 2, 3, we're back. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, that's a lot of chat. I don't think I can read all of it. Me and my friend had the same idea, but lacked the funds for the full project. However, I have a CM5 secured for a while now. Hello, we're making your idea for free. You can, if you want, you can fork it, but I think it would be cooler if you join the project and we can do it together. DNA test. Pay to give valuable information to data brokers so you can pay for another scam like Incogni. Yeah, that's true. Slinging bad words around is also bad. How often do I plan to stream? That's a hard question. I'd like to have a schedule, right? But for example, today I wanted to stream like 6 hours ago, but I had some problems with my microphone, etc. And I was setting up everything. It's the first time I use it, and I think it's great. The best quality we've ever had, I think. And setting it up, troubleshooting Linux, everything took me some time. So sometimes it's hard to meet a deadline, you know. I'd like to stream at least 3 times per week, but I don't know. What do you think? During like the semester when I have more work for university and stuff, I think I'll be streaming on Fridays. But I'll see. I'll let you know. If you join the Discord, you won't miss it. So, do resistors have datasheet? Would be fun to add all of those. Yes. Amazing. Yeah, it will be so fun when you have the board and it just doesn't work, or worse, the most expensive component gets fried. That's why I want to test it step by step and use separate boards. I use Obsidian, but pretty rarely, mostly either because I have a I will remember it moment, or just have no idea how to textualize my thought. Okay. I exported my entire everything I need to remember is there, so and I love the fact that it's searchable, right? You can search all of your stuff, like I think Fuzzy Find in it. Why did you make a video about making a phone 2 months after I had the same idea, and why are you also from Poland? I don't know, man. Turns like Polish people really like open source smartphones. If you look at the comments under my video, there's a lot of Polish people. And there's a lot of people who have the exact same idea. That's fun. And Poland is also really into security. We have some good people, I think, and programming as well. I think Poland is Polish universities are consistently in the top 3 or 5 or 10 in programming competitions. You just below where you enter text and get assignees. Okay. OS will be custom. I need to make that wiki so I can just send you links instead of explaining stuff 3 times. It's a good question. Yes, the OS maybe will be custom, but I'm not sure. It depends. It depends how working with Android will go and we have a list of OSs to test basically. Bro, I just find your content and I'm so impressed. Thank you. I just want a phone that I can repair myself, but still with Android, so I can get my banking app from the Play Store, etc. Yeah, that's most of the people just want this, and me personally, I also probably fall into that group. But I want the project to be as flexible as possible because I also love flexibility. Wajoid on Unbox can run Android apps on Linux. Yeah, okay. I also know that the compute modules can run Android. I saw some videos on YouTube. Also, productivity tip, you can use Alt and a number to jump between tabs quickly. Also Control Tab and Control Shift Tab. Yeah, but can you access the Play Store from that? It's only place these apps are located. You can, but you have to register your phone with Google or some stupid thing like that. But there are third-party stores, but they don't have all of the apps, so it's, you know, I think it's a trade-off between having all of the apps and having privacy and security, you know. What? Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, I misread. I thought that free repositories are limited to one assignee per issue for some reason, but never mind. So there is no way to issue. Okay, so that's a shame. Is the fingerprint scanner finished? Nope. I think this is a good first issue if someone wants to try. Okay. Labels, good first issue. Boom. Nice. Okay. The rest is taken care of, or issues are already open, so I am happy to announce that we made another productive thing. Also, Obsidian has Vim mode. What more can I ask for? Oh, I'm getting tired, clearly. Okay. Getting tired. Okay. I saw PW in your notes. For context, PW is Politechnika Warszawska, which is translates to Warsaw School of Technology or something. Yes, I study there. What do I think? My faculty is pretty cool. Like, I didn't hear any like horror stories that some other people have been telling me from other faculties. I do mechatronics, but mainly they teach us about mechanical stuff. But I think this year is going to be more electrical, so I'm at a point when soon I'll have access to choose where I go, and PW is one of the places I'm considering. I mean, if you want to check it out, I think the lectures are free to attend to. You don't have to present yourself or anything. Okay, I'm getting tired. You can just walk into the hall and enter whatever lecture you want. Mechatronics is fine. It's very hands-on compared to my other friends who study similar things. We have a lot of labs, so that suits me very much. I like hands-on stuff. But many people drop out, right? I think it's typical for engineering studies. I think close to half of the people who initially enroll in the program drop out. Okay. Any last questions? I need to go to sleep. I'm tired. Maybe see you tomorrow. Maybe. Next stream, it would be nice to make the wiki here. Because there's a knowledge management problem in our company, and the same questions are getting asked, and to avoid that we can just make a wiki, and GitHub has like something like that, which I want to test. This is much easier than making my own website or using some third-party other service or paying for something. So I think next stream we can do this. And if we find that this isn't good, I'm just going to take the time and finish the V-Electronics website, because I have it started already. And we put the wiki there. So if you have any questions, I will answer them. If not, I will go to sleep. What window manager do I use? This is BSPWM. But yeah, it's hard to tell from just looking because it's really simple. Yeah, so see you later. Before I go, I had another plan for a live stream to basically, I'm scared of the GPS GSM schematic, okay? I admit it. It's fucking big, okay? The amount of datasheet reading and thinking is big, big amount. And I also kind of want to challenge myself and do something I'm not specialized in, like GSM, GPS and stuff. I don't know if that would make for an interesting live stream, because it would probably end in me reading the data sheet in silence for like 3 hours, but it would certainly be a nice challenge, right? So I could, for example, you know, grab some snacks and tell myself, you're not leaving this chair unless you either finish implementing the chip, or I don't know, 3 hours pass or 4 hours pass, I don't know, with breaks, of course. I'm not a big break guy, but that's a whole different story. Good night. Good night, everyone. See you for what? I wanted to say thank you for all of your help and support and contributions and everything. Thank you. What sort of accessibility I'm getting into my open source phone? It depends on the operating system we use, I think, because that's where most of the accessibility is centered, right? I don't know. To be honest, I didn't give it much thought. We can have an issue on GitHub discussing accessibility, or even a GitHub challenge. You know, I mean channel. Okay, channel. I need some sleep. Okay. If you want to learn about PCBs and schematics, I recommend Phil's Lab challenge. I don't know that challenge, so I don't know. Okay, good night. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.